say he rock. How that sound and he still talking.
What up, everybody? It is He Say She Say coming to you live with episode number 29. It is your boy Solomon.
Hey everybody, it's Siobhan J.
It's Uncle Kel.
It's your girl Jordan.
And I'm Shadea.
Well, we have an interesting show for you today because so much has been going on in this world. I mean, it's been a lot going on, but now it's really getting some. So I don't know if y'all have heard, but recently there was a very disturbing event that occurred at Stephen F. Austin, SFA, in Nacogdoches, Texas. The issue was that an African-American woman, a student, she's a freshman, she was awakened from her sleep with guns drawn at her from the police at 3 a.m. in the morning because of a false allegation from 3 of her white roommates. So I don't know about y'all, but like when I heard this story, I just froze because I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Like, imagine being fresh on campus. You know, you just got there because school just started. 3 in the morning, you got guns pointing at you. And mind you, you are an African-American, so you don't know if they're going to shoot. You know, you looking at what happened to Breonna Taylor here recently. And so I can only imagine the fear that was going through her on this when this happened, you know. And so right now nothing has been done yet. You know, SFA, they're still waiting on them to take action, and you know, the SFA police to take action, and everybody keeps saying that, you know, things are going to be dealt with, but you know, we haven't seen it yet. So I don't know, when y'all heard this story, what was just going through y'all's minds? Because it's crazy, you know?
Do you know what the allegation was? Like, what was it about?
So technically, what happened was they said that she had a pair of scissors and was threatening to stab everyone. So threats, basically. I don't know how deep they made it sound to make it to where the police had to come in with full force, drawing guns on her like she's a terrorist. But that's basically what the allegations were, and that were proven false. So just sad.
I mean, I think it's crazy, to be honest. Like, obviously her roommates didn't like her for sure, or, you know, felt like they wanted to get her out of the room pretty quickly because like they didn't waste no time to say that they had just got there, and they were already doing that. And I'm not really sure like what was happening on prior. They probably I couldn't see them doing anything kind of just like out the blue like that. I feel like it was maybe like some events that took place before. Either they didn't like her, or maybe they were, you know, they didn't see eye to eye or something like that. Or it could have just been a situation where they just like pull some crazy stuff like that. But either way, it's just crazy. And I feel like it shouldn't really take a long time for SFA to do something about it. Like what is there need to be like a wait for? I mean, the fact that even happened to her at 3 a.m., let alone there was no questions asked, no investigation, just pulling up with guns at 3 a.m. in a dorm with young people. Like, it just makes no sense to me how they could just let that happen. It's crazy. But
I'm with Jordan on this one. It's like, okay, we found out that the allegations were fake. Okay, cool. So what the fuck is taking so long to make some arrests? Like, that's what's troubling me. But then we kind of already know what's going on as to why they haven't arrested or, you know, took into custody or whatever the case is. But false allegations for somebody, you know, of color, you gone automatically. In college, number one, I mean, you're in an establishment where it's quote unquote, no toleration for, stuff like that. But for them to, still be out here saying, we're going to investigate it. We're going to do this. We're going to, like, what is there to investigate? Like, it's been proven that this was a lie. 3 girls were basically against one, but in our case, it was white versus black at this point. That's what it looks like. That's what it is. So it's like, why is there any, like, Cadillacing with the shit? Like, why? Like, I'm trying to figure this out myself because, like Brittany said, this is a freshman. She hasn't been in school that long. School just started about a month ago, maybe. I don't really know, but I know it just started. So to be startled like that as a freshman by guns drawn at you, waking up out of your sleep like 3 a.m, it's just like, who's to say this girl doesn't want to go back to school like ever? I mean, you might say, oh, well, that's kind of just pushing it. Like, she shouldn't be that startled, but I mean, let's see what you do at 3 a.m. when you got guns drawn, not knowing what the hell gonna happen at, your freshman year, and you haven't been out the house, that long from your parents and stuff like that. So I just think it's a whole lot of BS, and those girls should face, some time because, I mean, at this point you are an adult, so you should face time. And whether it was a prank or whether they were serious or it was just whatever the case was, actions need to be taken, and they should be, first of all, kicked out of school and, serve some time behind that shit.
Yeah. So, go ahead, Sadeh.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna ask. So the girls called the police and for what again?
They accused the girl of having scissors and threatening them. So threatening to stab them and things like that.
You can go ahead, Sadeh.
I think it's a matter of everybody of their kind gets away they could too. I think it was like, sure, I mean, we're not going to get in trouble. We're going to do it. They're going to believe us because they're not going to believe her because she's black. We're X amount of white girls. Of course, they're going to believe us. They're on our side, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's all it was. They knew that they could do it and get away with it. So they said, why not?
Yeah.
And, it's very unfortunate that we are in those type of times that their kind can do what they want and get away with it.
Right.
But, we can't walk down the street, neither here nor there. It's tough. Like, that's our reality. That girl did not know that she was going to go to bed and wake up like that. Her parents didn't know that they were going to send her to college and she was going to call them with that story. Like, we don't know, like, with this being our reality, we never know when we're next,
Mm-hmm.
And it is, as much as like people that aren't black and say, yeah, Black Lives Matter and we're on your side, if you can't actually be a black person, you'll never understand what we go through. So don't try to do that kind of stuff thinking, oh, we're just joking. No, because this is our real life. Like if we're scared to drive around in the car, like, come on now. We're scared to walk down the street. You think this is okay? This is a good little joke. No, like Kel said, every consequence that's coming for them, if they get it, they deserve it. Like, get out of school. You have only been here for maybe a month. Oh, well.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I think. I think at least the first step is y'all have to get off campus. Like, y'all have to go, because I feel like there should just be zero toleration for that. Everybody comes to these colleges to get an education, to get an equal education. And for something like this to happen to a student, and I hate that it had to happen to an African-American student at this time, because there's already so much going on against us already. But, I feel like people wouldn't hesitate if it was somebody else, or if it was another student of color, or if it was another student, of a different ethnicity or whatever. And so I just feel like if we're talking equality, there should be a zero tolerance for stuff like this in general. Especially with things that have already occurred. I'm trying to really wrap my head around why these her roommates would think, no matter what the issue was, whether they got into it about something, you know, they probably had a disagreement, or if they just didn't like her, what put something in your head to, oh, let's make an allegation to the cops and that'll get rid of her or something? That's what I'm thinking. Because why else would you, you know, call the police on this girl that has done nothing to you? You know, y'all may have gotten into it if that's the case, but to call the police on somebody or false allegations, because who knows what that could have led to? It could have led to her being shot. You know, maybe if she would have, you know, resisted or, you know, done something, it could have caused her to lose her life. Let's say if things would have moved forward, it could have caused her to, you know, go to a court or just face different things that no student or no young person should have to go through, you know? So I can't believe that somebody would really do that. And it is disturbing because, you know, us being in college, you know, who's to say this could happen to one of us or, you know, our younger siblings if we have them, or just anyone. It hits so close to home, it seems like, especially it being, you know, right here, college campus. We're on a college campus in Texas. We're in Texas. I just think it just needs to change, and something needs to.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like way too close to home. And it's just like, I feel like they use their privilege because they do things that they know will work. They know if they call the police on somebody that's Black, 9 times out of 10, the police are going to pull up. They're going to, you know, they're going to want to know what's going on. And, you know, they're not going to hold back when it comes to, you know, trying to get to the bottom of something that has to do with a Black person. Like, and they see those examples time and time again of people calling the police on Black people, and sometimes it doesn't go well. People lose their lives, and they know that that could possibly happen. So the fact that they had it in their mind to do that to somebody, and it possibly ending fatal, is just absolutely, it's unheard of for me. Like, completely should be taken from the school and put in jail.
I feel like the level of rage the police had when they entered the dorm pretty much tells me the level of deceit the white girls had based on the phone call, you know, to them, right? Because I mean, somebody has a pair of scissors and you're afraid. Of course, it's a threat, you know, it could happen. But at the same time, that doesn't deserve the amount of rage that the police had. So it goes to show that they were on some, it's a Black woman, you know, she's threatening us. We feel like our lives are in danger and we need something seriously done before something bad happens, you know? And I know it was one of those calls because if you think logically about it, even if, like, you know, the police were regular human beings, right? So let's just forget about anything that's been going on in the world today. They just regular human beings come into a certain situation and then they're just going to act upon it. They pretty much are trained to pretty much premeditate on, okay, how we need to approach this situation based on what was given to us, right? So with that being said, you can tell that those girls were liars, racist, and wanted something done to a Black girl that was far beyond what was done to them, or if anything was done to them.
Right.
And that's just the crazy world that we live in today, because people, in this case, white people, and in most cases, white people, have this certain stigma to where they say, well, if the authorities come, normally they're going to be on our side based on whatever we tell them, right? And if it makes sense, they're going to believe us. It happens every single day.
Right.
And the thing about it is, the fucked up reality about all of it is, let's just hypothetically say the cops came in, drew guns, and let's say the girl was killed. Okay. Mm-hmm. I honestly don't think once everything was put out on the table as, you know, what really happened, it was a lie, this and that, I honestly don't think, for one, the cop would be disciplined. or the girls. And if so, the girls would be kicked out of school. That's it. That's all. You'll never hear about it again. I think that's what's really like the troubling part of it, because you always want to think, you know, the what ifs, or, you know, the worst thing that can happen. So, you know, you, like Solomon said, you know, if you forget everything, which is hard too, but once you kind of try to forget everything, it's like, damn, we're really in a time where I'm white, you're black, you'll go to jail, you'll get killed, I won't. And it's like, that's so hard to like cope with, because that's just what it is now. Think about 10 times worse back, you know, when our ancestors were here, how, you know, we were slaves and shit like that. So that was a way more, you know, troubling time than now. But we feel like, you know, this right here is kind of at its peak. But back then we had like zero control. Like how we could walk down the street and protest and stuff like that, that wasn't happening back then. So when you really think about it, progress, you can say it's been made, but then again, I don't think progress is made until everything stops. And that's just, you know, the messed up part about it, because like I said, what if this girl was actually killed behind this? That's another story that we're just adding to the list of all the other stories. So I just think at this point, those girls should be expelled, kicked out of school, and should face some time. Not no damn probation, no community service, none of that. I think time in jail would definitely, you know, be the closest thing to, I guess, okay, as far as, even, I'm just speaking, you know, if I was the girl's family, you know, the black girl's family. But that shit is so, it's lame. It's lame, and I real life hope something is done about it.
The RA, the dorm director, don't you, when you have a problem, you talk to your RA who's on the same hall as you before you talk to anybody else. You know what I mean? Like, the story don't add up, but, you know, neither here nor there. Hopefully homegirl gets the justice that she deserves, but then again, this is America.
Say it again.
Always for us. We're gonna see when this investigation come out. I want to see what is going on, like, for real. So I'm hoping that we get to see that soon. And honestly, at this point, prayers for her and her family. She's probably not on campus at the moment, and I wouldn't be either, because I just wouldn't feel safe anywhere. I just want to be with my parents, you know, and just be blessed that I still get to look at them, you know. So whenever those facts do come out and the investigation continues, I hope we can continue to follow it and see exactly what's going on. But on a lighter note, I know some people are, you know, getting into their little COVID-19 relationships and things like that. But some people. But I've been seeing a little bit of conversation in regards to how you go about your relationship. And I know we've talked before about, you know, how some people like to put all their stuff on social media and how some like to, you know, just be to themselves. But my thing is when we put a title on people's privacy. So I just want to know, y'all, like, why is not posting your relationship or choosing to, you know, be private or just not let anybody from the outside in on what you got going on, why is that considered hiding your relationship? Or to what extent are you hiding your relationship, or you're hiding your man or your...
Yeah, I know where I'm going with it. Sadell, let me hear you. Let me hear you. Let me hear you.
No, honestly, not even gonna lie. Like, I'm a very private person. Like, say the other day, I went on a date and only posted myself. I was cute. You know what I mean? So, I don't like for people to know my business. I'm not hiding that person, but why do you need to know? Like, you in my business? Don't do that. You know what I mean? Like, I personally don't feel like it's hiding. I think maybe it's classified as hiding when y'all have been in a relationship for long X, Y, and Z amount of time and nobody knows. But I mean, if you are, Let me just put it like this. You act a certain, or you supposed to, let me not say you act. You're supposed to act a certain way when you have a significant other.
Correct.
You know, posting them does not validate your relationship. That's just for show for everybody else.
Right.
I could be in a relationship right now, and I promise you, nobody would know. Not keeping it, not hiding it. I don't like people in my business, and I don't need everybody talking. You know what I mean? But the people who need to know would. It's not gonna be public. Maybe you get a little hand. Maybe you get a little date night. Oh, date nights are my favorite. You know, maybe you get a little shoot action.
Oh.
The feet.
If I'm gonna post a picture of like both of us, it's not for show. It's because, you know what? Let me just express my love for this person via social media. But that's not for likes. That's not for people to see, because at that point, the people who I wanted to know would have already known. Mm-hmm. Not hiding it. What's my business is my business, and you're not paying for my business, so mind the business that pays you.
Right. I agree with that. I think that is where people get messed up at. For one, why are you worried about someone else? Like, why does it matter to you when it's not you? I will never understand that. I will never understand people. But I do agree with that. I think that the people who need to know will know. Because, of course, I mean, you don't always want to just keep it, because, you know, you have your girlfriend, your friends, or like your guys, or even, you know, your family name or whoever. It's somebody that you're going to want to express this information with. Like, you know, I'm talking to somebody new, or it's going to be the right people that you want to tell. But just sharing it with the world is, I personally am a private person. I don't like to do that. Especially when I'm unsure. Like, if I'm going to show this off on social media or just whatever, because I know people going to be in business, I want to make sure that like this is going well, or this is something that I want to keep pursuing, or, you know, that this is just what I want, that this is going well. Because the last thing I want to do is have to post pictures and delete them, which may happen. You never know, but I hate to do that. So I don't want to post them at all.
That's why people don't be posting their relationships, because sometimes people just not worth posting. You know, you don't know yet. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, and to me, it don't matter how long you've been dating. You know, it's dating until until I marry you, you probably won't even see yourself on my page. You know, but I mean, to each his own. My thing is, everybody consider themselves a private person. Cool, that's fine. But at the end of the day, like Shadell said, a post on Instagram, Twitter, anything like that doesn't validate that we are in an intimate relationship. You know, if you know that you're with me and I know that I'm with you, and we both respect that and we both have our boundaries, then social media is just a bonus. You know, our parents didn't grow up putting themselves on Facebook. They didn't even have it. You know, if you just seen them together, and you knew who they were, I guess, in covenant with or something like that. But other than that, it's just what culture made shit to be. You know, if you don't post him or if you don't post her, then he hiding. Ain't no such thing as hiding unless you actually doing it. You know,
right?
I will say maybe we should. The term hiding is used freely. I feel like the term disrespect should be replaced with it, because you could not post your significant other, but always be out posting other females. At that point, come on now. You got a girl at the house and you never posted her, but you always posting everybody at the club. Or you never posted him, but you always with your homeboy, you know, kicking it. You know what I mean? I think it's a respect thing.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
If you never posted them, but you always posting everybody else, it's one thing to do that. It's another thing.
That's gonna be addressed. I'm like, okay, sis.
I think. Well, first of all, I agree with all y'all. On it. The thing is, you know, me myself, I'm, you know, pretty private about stuff like that. So Like Brittany said, you don't really want to start posting until sure. And sure is not even always sure. Like
Sure to me is an engagement photo.
Right, stuff like that. But some people, like Solomon said, social media has made it to where if you're not being posted, it's not serious. But that's not always the case. But I would use the word hiding. This is where hiding comes in. You got something to say? Hold on. This is where hiding comes in. When you're not posting your girlfriend or boyfriend, but you got other stuff going on the side. So it's like, I'm not going to post you because it might mess up what I got going over here with her or him. And it's like that. That's when it becomes hiding. That's hiding. Hiding to me is not when both people are, loyal to each other and they're just not posting each other. I don't think that's considered hiding. I think that's just considered, why are you in my business? Everything's going well over here. Let me continue to get this over here and let that be well. And shit, we'll just keep on, going and going. So
I feel that.
the whole hiding thing is only when, you got something else. But, hey, like she said, to each his own. Everybody has their own little way of, being in a relationship, staying successful in a relationship. Everybody do different things. But like I said, social media has made it to where if you ain't posted her, she really ain't about none. If you ain't posted him, he really ain't about none. So, I mean, like Solomon said, engagement, we can post all day. But right now,
most relationships,
mind your business. That's it. That's all.
Right. Yeah, I completely agree with Kelvin said. I think it's just like your intentions behind it. And I also agree with Solomon said that like you're not gonna know about the person I'm with until I'm like married, like straight up. Because unless this is like a couple's page, a couple's Instagram page, this is my page. Mm-hmm. Like, so I'm not obligated to show anybody that I'm with or whatever for anybody else to see. Like, right. And then at the same time, it's like the people that are in my life, my family, my friends will know who I'm with. The people that are around me a lot will know who I'm with. And that's really all that matters to me. Because, yeah, like you said, all this stuff is extra. And I just don't see, like, what's the hype of knowing everything about somebody. Like, it really doesn't have anything.
Just because you get posted don't mean you won't get cheated on. That's not what that means.
Yeah.
So,
which is why we won't post.
You got posted because you got tired of you asking.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
You're begging, so you went on ahead and did it.
Now he just posted it because you said it. He really didn't feel it. So now that's another issue. So let's stop creating issues. Stop. Just relax.
That's what I was just about to get to. I wonder, for some of the people that's out there, or some of the people that's watching, we're going to answer this. So how do you deal with if your partner, or if you're the person that you're all about posting on social media, letting people know that, we are a thing? How do you deal with your partner wanting that, but you not wanting that? Or if you're wanting that and your partner isn't?
Well, if you're wanting it and your partner doesn't, I think it's called respect and watch. Respect is respect that's just how they are. They don't, that's not they flow. That ain't they swag about it. The watch is, okay, you don't want to, I'm going to respect you for not wanting to do all this, but I am going to be watching your ass because, I don't know what else you got going on. As to why I can't be somebody that you not even tell the world, but just put out there like, hey, this is such and such, this is my man or this is my woman, blah, blah, blah. Keep it cool. I'm not saying you got to post them every day, every Wednesday, woman, Christmas. No, fuck all that. We're not in high school no more. But the whole, just letting it be known like, hey, this is my man, this is my woman, boom. Now that I feel like should be done at some point. We're not talking about when you think. We're talking about when we think. Because you might be thinking we here, and I'll probably be struggling somewhere down off of here. That's just my answer on that.
Mine is if one of your partners begging you to post them, they're immature. because it shows me that you're desperate for people to even see you in a relationship with somebody else.
To validate
You
you.
begging me every time, post me. No, it's not. It doesn't work like that. I'm posting you whenever I'm ready to post you, whenever I'm ready to reveal to the world that I love somebody, right? Because I value things like that. I'm not gonna post you after the first date of us talking in month one. Because it's the fairy tale stage, it's the fantasy stage.
Cupcake stage.
Yeah, everybody's a nice person in month one and month two and month three. You gotta wait until you get into year two to see, like, damn, I really don't like this about this person. And then people change every single day, and it's your responsibility to, okay, am I going to change with them so that we can grow together, or I'm not dealing with his bullshit. Therefore, that's why he didn't get the post, because I knew he would probably gonna be on some bullshit later on. You know, I knew that knowing him throughout these couple months is probably the smart thing for me to do, not to reveal him to the world, because I know eventually he's gonna let me down. And that's where a lot of men and women fail at, because they be posting prematurely. You falling in love too quick and get your feelings hurt, and now you hate niggas. When it's for you, your heart is too open sometimes, you know. Sometimes shut it off a little bit, make them work. Men are designed to have this. Oh, I'm going deep. Men are designed to have wolf mentality. It is the man responsibility to chase after the women. The moment women become desperate is the moment that they're out of order, and everything else will be out of order, because then he won't even take you serious, because your motive for the whole relationship is, can we go out? Can we? No, that's his responsibility to take you out, you know, and for his responsibility to provide provision. What are we going to do next? What are we going to do on this day? What are we going to do? He's supposed to be scheduling this stuff, and he's supposed to be the person directing, telling you, okay, this is the way to go.
Exactly.
Not no dodo, not no airhead, but the smart man.
All right. Some of the men ain't gonna like that.
It's okay. We're growing up.
It's okay. You gotta grow. You can't stay the same. You gotta grow.
I think that when somebody is coming at you about posting on social media, first of all, social media is not the key to everything. Like, it should not be that much of a yearn. That's what I think. And for me, I feel like that says a lot about people, because if you're chasing after validation for social media, you're rushing me to post you. One, like Kelvin or Solomon said, it's not genuine, because I'm only doing it because you wanted me to. So, like, it's ready in my mind, I'm ready to delete it because I didn't really want to do it in the first place. And and second, it really, I feel like that can mess things up personally for me, because I'm someone who observes and analyzes a person, even when I am continuing the journey of dating them or in a relationship with them. I like to see how you are. So if this is what you're needing every day or like every week, one, that's annoying to me. And two, it's like, it makes me question, like, why do you want people to know, or people that their opinion doesn't matter? Why do you want them to know? I feel like people need to stop doing that, because then you get upset when this person come out of the woodworks and got something to say. Now you mad, now you ready to fight, or whatever the case is, because you got people in your business, and just, it can ruin things. And for some people, that may be the issue. You got too many people in your business, so you can't handle your business with your man or your girl, because now everybody know, and you done painted a picture for the world. And sometimes the picture may not even be that pretty. That's the thing about social media.
You should have never posted it.
Right. Now you got everybody in your business when things go left, and now people keep asking me questions and this, that, and the third. Well, you introduced your life and your relationship to them who don't matter. So now you gotta You just gotta lay in your dirt.
Mhm.
Basically.
Ooh, man.
Facts.
So, lastly on that subject, everybody here can agree to you are not a fast poster when it comes to your significant other.
Nope.
I mean,
Nope.
story posting, it deletes in 24 hours, you know.
But
Other than that, you know, permanent posting, I guess the Instagram posting, Twitter, those can wait. It
Barely post
it
myself.
depends.
I was saying, somebody that I'm in a relationship.
Say it again. You breaking up.
I barely post myself. Like there be months in between when I'll make a post. Why am I just going to randomly put a post out there of a relationship?
Very true. And I don't take pictures together a lot, you know. And I'm not gonna post you solo because it's my page. You don't need to be, you know. You're not getting. You're not getting.
And like Shadell said, barely post yourself. Today, I made an Instagram today for the first time in over 2 years. Like, what are we posting? Come on now. Let's enjoy each other. Let's find out more about each other. Let's sit up and talk. Nobody talks anymore. Everybody just want to go. Let's sit our ass down and talk. What are your goals? What is this? What is that? You know, let's get friendly before we get
and they posting before they do that.
Now you done set up here and posted all these pictures of a person you really didn't even know, but then you started to figure them out, and it's like, damn, why did I do that? Now you coming down with all your pictures, and you keep doing that over and over with different niggas and different niggas. Look up, you have 5 boyfriends in 3 months. What the fuck is going on?
And you blame niggas.
That's for the next show. That's for the next show. We're gonna stop right there. We're gonna stop.
That's a whole other topic.
We're gonna cut it.
Like, yeah, that's hurt. Let that go.
Let it go. Yeah. Part 2 coming next time on that one. Well, just to bring it all back into a loop, it's almost November, y'all, which means it's almost time for elections. Now, it's been a struggle, especially 2020. You know, we got COVID, and it's just a whole different world. So I just want to briefly just, you know, elaborate a little bit and discuss what are y'all's thoughts regarding the election. I know we just had the debate, well, part 1 yesterday, for those of you who watched it. It was a mess. I'll say it was a mess. And, you know, November is right around the corner, and it's almost time to vote. You know, some people know who they're voting for, some people don't. And that's okay. But I don't know. What do you guys think is going to come out of this election? Is it, you know,
nothing?
Nothing.
Thank you for coming to HeSaySheSay radio.
That
The country is in shambles. It is ran by entertainers now, people who lack sympathy for others, people who don't really have a solid plan for how they're going to change the world, men that lack provision, men that insult each other on national television for votes, lunatics. What else can we say about these two? But unfortunately, we gotta pick out of those, you know.
Definitely.
We have grown men who are going about something serious like children, basically.
Yeah,
that's scary. To run the country. That's scary. That's scary.
Yeah.
I don't like.
These are 70-year-old men. Like,
that's the
it's
problem.
ridiculous. That's what blows me. And they got mental problems, health problems. Yeah. And they expect us to be okay with them, like, controlling what happens in the country. Like, it makes no sense how personal the debate was last night. Like,
yeah.
What are you going to do for us? That's what we want to talk about, not what his son did. And, like, nobody cares about all that stuff.
The thing is, this election, and it just came to me right now, is the debates and their position on things is pretty much what this person can't do and why they're not fit to be a president. So Trump's position on a lot of things. Oh, Biden can't do this. Biden can't do this. Trump can't do this. Trump can't do this. Trump can't do this. And now it's like, okay, what can you do to
Right.
pretty much change around, or pretty much become the strength this person's weakness? You know, how can you actually provide change due to his lack of productivity? You know, it's always about what this person can't do. Okay, so how can you and your position on things change um, that person's position?
Right.
You know?
I agree with that. I think it was a lot of pointing fingers, definitely a lot of interruptions, which I do not like, because I feel like with these debates, and I know it's only part one, so I hope things will be different and things will be discussed better once we come around next week. I believe it's next Tuesday is the next one. But it was just a lot of interruptions, and nobody gave me personally a definite answer. I know that Biden may have, cleared up a couple of things or maybe made a few points. I do think he could have done better with expressing his plan. I feel like Trump definitely could have done better with expressing some things on, because the people, we just want to know, like, what are you going to do for us? Like Jordan said, like, what is your plan for these different topics that were discussed, whether it's racial tensions in our country, whether it's COVID-19, whether it's the economy, whether it's businesses, whether it's the environment, all these different things. What do you want to see happen so we can decide? Or specifically for people who just don't know, because there are a lot of people and a lot of young people who may have just hit their age to vote, or some people that are just now taking politics seriously or whatever. People want to know what side they want to be on, who they want to choose based on who's giving the best plan or what fits their core values or whatever. And I feel like that wasn't accomplished yesterday, and I feel like that's definitely a problem, and it does make me worry on where this country is going, no matter who's in office, honestly, because I feel like it's just really going downhill, because I feel like we're playing games with this, and especially the stuff that we're experiencing now, especially as people, African Americans, we're out here dying. This country has been against us for years. No matter what's going on, we're still facing the same issues that took place 100 years ago, or 20 years ago, 50 years ago. We're still facing the same issues. So, when we're going to elections, this is something that's important. And I just feel like when it comes to politics and money and things like that, I feel like it's not being taken seriously enough. It shouldn't just be based on trying to get your votes. Well, of course you want your votes, but you should care. That's what I want to see. Like, anybody, if you're trying to run for president, you need to care about what's right in the country, what is right to do. Everybody may not agree, but what is right? So I don't know. I feel like we just in trouble, y'all. We are just in trouble for years to come.
Yeah, I would say it's for sure a messy, messy situation. But at this point, yeah, they can debate all day, but at this point, we need people to get out there and vote for the other party, so we don't have to go through this stuff again. That's simple. Like, it don't matter what they got to say. We don't want Trump in office no more. Period. Like, because I mean, everybody says Joe Biden ain't all of that of a better candidate, but he's not Trump, so we're gonna vote for him regardless. Like, like, and that's crazy. Like, again, like, that's our reality.
Yeah. I was just thinking,
In hope we vote for him in hopes that things get better, but shit.
if they don't.
You know what I mean? Like, and that's tough. Like, it's going down here for sure, and it's unfortunate that like not even like politically or not like political wise, like the stuff that was happening years ago is the stuff that's still happening in today's time. It's just like, dang. When is the change that we all talk about, the equality that we all talk about, when is that actually going to happen? Is it, you know, like, and that's the stuff that I think about on a daily, like this change that we're all rooting for. Oh yeah, go out there and vote so we can have change. Are we ever going to get that, or are we just voting because it's the next thing to do?
Yeah.
Or are people just voting because people are telling you to?
True, because a
Half
lot
the
of people don't
vote
do research.
exactly. Half the people that's going to vote don't even know who's the candidates, or don't even know the positions of the candidates. You know, they're just going to vote anybody besides Trump, which is fine. But but at the same time, it's still important to know who is running for office, because like Kelvin said, you're the leader of the country, and it's the country that you live in. It's the country that unfortunately you pay your taxes to, and it's the country that you're going to raise your children in. So it's like you have to make sure that, and it's the president's responsibility and our responsibility, that whoever's in office is best fit for the next generation, right? Because I mean, soon enough, our time is going to be up, and the next leaders of this country is going to be, you know, our predecessors. So,
Yep.
yeah,
I agree.
Oh yeah, y'all. Make October 5th is the last day to register to vote. So please, there's some ways you can do it on Instagram. You can do it on Snapchat. All you have to do is fill the paper out and mail it in.
you can literally
Normally, the place is not far where you have to
Yeah.
mail it into. So really, you could drive there.
Yep.
And October 13th is early voting. So if you could do it early, you might as well.
November 3rd.
Corner. That's in a week or two.
Yeah,
And also,
in the lines.
yeah,
November.
no, you can stand in line.
Very smart.
Make sure you have your ID. Make sure you go to wherever you are registered at. You know, college students especially, you know, if you are registered in your college town, do that. But if you are registered somewhere else, they may turn you around and you may have to go there, because it's all about address. And also pay attention to who's running in your county, because you do have to vote for them as well. So that is something that we do miss. We do focus a lot on, you know, the presidential vote, but you do also have to vote for, you know, your county commissioners, you know, chief of staff, governors, things like that, just different things. So you might want to take a look at that as well to make sure you have the right person coming in into your county, because that's really who you're going to have to put up with directly. So yeah, go vote, people. Go vote.
Yes, definitely go vote. And this is all for today's show. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow us on Instagram at HeSaySheSay Radio. Follow us on Twitter at HeSaySheSay Crew. And we'll see you guys again in the next one.
We got London on the train. They be like, ooh, ooh. She say, he say, he rock. How that sound and he still talk.